that we need to show that we value education, training as well, but education. I think every child should graduate from high school, and not only some of them can't do it through the normal high school setup. They have to go somewhere else to get their GED or whatever. But that too is a quality education, so that we have in place then a trained workforce, because that's what the employers are looking for when they come here. You know, they want people who, if they don't have the skill, they're at least teachable.
That's right. And I'm saying this to everybody, is that we have to understand that all children can and will learn.
Absolutely.
And we have to emphasize that all children can and will learn. Maybe different ways of doing it, and we have to have an imagination to figure out how we can reach that kid. I remember when I tell this story, when I got out of college, I said, if I had, because I majored in mathematics, I said, if I had to teach geometry, I wasn't going to teach. Well, I went to Bishop Noel High School in Hampton, a private school run by the Christian Brothers. We in the rookie, they gave me 5 classes of geometry. I almost croaked. I had 39 boys in my classroom, but I had one kid, I'll never forget this. He walked up to me, he said at that time, Mr. Williams, what am I going to use this for? I'm a farmer. What am I going to use this geometry for? I said, don't you have machinery on the farm? He said, yes, sir. Do you see all those gears and geometric things? He said, yes, sir. I said, I'll make a deal with you. If you take balsa wood and make me those gears, and they adhere to the rules of equilateral triangle, where you put a pin with the head, equilateral triangles, all sides are equal, and it balances. I said, if you do those things for me, then you'll pass this class. This kid came in with some stuff that blew me out the water. And see, so that's what I'm saying. You have to adjust your teaching methods to the students that you have in your classroom. And he felt so proud of what he did. He showed all the other students, and the students were proud of him, because he said, Dr. Williams, Mr. Williams said, I just want to be a farmer. I want to do all this stuff. So I said, well, you got to get an education. You got to be a high school diploma. He said, so do this for me. And he did a fantastic job.
And I'm willing to bet what he learned, as he was able to see how that applied, that later on, even in the farming business, he could see how he could actually increase their productivity, efficiency, and everything else, and get to the top of the heap. In doing even that, and one of the things I often talk about is my oldest son, who is a CPA, certified public accountant, and I remember him coming home from school when he was in. Actually, it wasn't even high school yet. It was like a junior high type of thing, or middle school. And he said, Mom, I just can't get this stuff, He said, I keep coming up with the answers, but they want me to do it get to it the way that they got to it, because they think I'm cheating. Well, he had found a way that he could come up with answers without actually going through. And I say, gosh, that's brilliant. But what I had to tell him, and he had to end up doing, was I said, okay, you got your own way of doing it, but you need to backtrack and do it, give it to them the way that they want to see it done. And they had this kid convinced, my son convinced, that he just couldn't understand mathematics and he was not good at it, when the bottom line was that he was. I.e. today, he's a certified public accountant, passed his test in, 2 tries. He passed the first part, then he passed the next part. So, all of our kids, and I agree with you totally, they can all learn, they can all be productive. And I think that's true of everyone if they're given the opportunity and the environment that really encourages learning.
And don't take away the imagination or ingenuity. Let the kid, encourage him to be imaginative. I'm sure encourage him to try different ways with the solid answer. When I taught algebra, I would tell the kids, if you got the answer, figure out how you got the answer, and then analyze that, and then go back and see did it adhere to how I taught you that.
Right.
And it's amazing how it worked out tremendously.
Which helped them in being able to then transfer that into the test taking side as well.
So we have a lot that we can do in education. Like I said, we're so stymied with all these doggone mandates that takes away the creativity of our teachers. And I tell you, when we had this mini grants yesterday for futures, I listened to some of the mini grants that went in there. I couldn't believe what they came up with. I mean, they were just people getting with $60,000, 121 different grants, and some of the things they came up with were just beyond what. You sit there listening to it, and, you know, they gave you a little synopsis of what they did, and you sit there and say, I can believe that. Oh, we didn't know that. And that's what they're doing. So I encourage people to find out what these programs, these projects are in the various schools, and go see them. I'm going to go out there and see some of them because I just can't believe some of the things that they were doing. I mean, they were just fantastic.
Yeah, the inventiveness of not only the teachers, but that transferability to the students themselves to get their imaginations and creativity going and everything else, I think is awesome. And that's why a student, at least it used to be, and I know there are many who do the same thing now, when they talk about the person that had the greatest impact on their lives, you know, in addition to their parents and some close relative, they always say it was a teacher. It was a teacher that inspired me to do X, Y, Z. Let me say, because it's 7 p.m., let me just say you're listening to Goliath, WLE, Big Radio, 1380 AM on your radio dial in Ormond Beach, Florida. And my guest is Dr. Al Williams, who is the current school board chair for Volusia County school system. And we're talking, of course, about how great and awesome our instructors are, our teachers, you know, and the staff that work with them, but I'd say particularly those teachers. I tell you, they're awesome. And how teachable and I'll even say learnable our young people are as well. You know, Al, a lot of times they like to say that our young people, you know, they're the lost generation and that they aren't like we used to be or whatever. But you know what? If given the opportunity, I would not want to be young again during this time. And I give our young people credit for the fact that they are dealing with all kinds, I mean a multitude of issues and problems and the like, some of which we dealt with, but not to the extent, the full extent, yes, that we have now. I mean, the fact that they're actually still able to, given all of that, not only put one foot in front of the other, but they're actually able to sit in class and to study and to do all that they need to do. I think in many ways, if people were to think about it, it's phenomenal. Because just imagine the fact that, you know, even when we were in school and the like, we didn't have people coming into the classroom shooting up students, you know, and killing the teachers and the students. We may have had some, you know, fights after school or before school or whatever. But we didn't have, no, you didn't dare do that in the classroom because you had the strap to deal with and everything else. We didn't have, to a great extent, I'm sure there was some of it that we never heard about, you know, with parents who really abused their children or molested their children and all of that kind of stuff. I'm sure, again, there was some of it, but not to the extent that we're dealing with now. I mean, the values have changed. Everything in terms of even the importance of education, because when I was younger, my mom told me education is the key. Education is the thing that nobody can ever take away from you. If we dared say anything wrong or do anything wrong in the classroom, not only could the teacher beat us, but you know, and not only on the way home, you got a good talent from the, you know, the neighborhood. I mean, education is important, and somehow or other we have devalued that. We've devalued our teachers. We've devalued what's important in life, and somehow or other we gotta reverse that thing. And I know even as we deal with these last 10 minutes or so with you guys in terms of the school board, share with us, what are some of the things that go through the minds of the school? I'm sure there are teachers who wonder, and parents, but they go through the minds of school board members in terms of not only your fiduciary responsibility, which I'm sure is major in terms of your budget, the budget issues and the like, but also, you know, in terms of education, in terms of our young people, in terms of the parents, What are some things that you guys really kind of keep in the back of your mind or at the forefront of your mind as you're making these decisions?
Well, I think the main thing that what I like about this board, and by the way, I'm running it again one more time,
Okay.
in 2012. The main thing that we have that's a common thread for our school board members is that we make decisions on what's best for the children. That is a common thread. Now, we may disagree on how we want to do things, but when we vote on something, we don't walk away with a chip on our shoulder. Because Judy Conte came up with a term many, many years ago called team evolution. We are a team, and we base our decisions. We don't have any hidden agendas. We base our decision on what's best for the students. Now, what does that do? If you base your decision on what's best for the students, then you also want to spread it out to the point that we want the best teachers in the classroom. We want the best administrators in our schools. We want the best clerks and support staff in our schools. We want the best special. You can't believe the professionalism of every one of our people that we have, our clerks, our janitors, our bus drivers, our teachers, and I'm out there seeing them every day, when I can. And the professionalism that they have is just unreal. Now, one thing we do on the board, we do go to Florida School Board Association, and we go to the various sessions to understand what other school districts are doing. We learn from other school districts. We're constantly learning how to improve ourselves. And I think that is something that's very important. And when we go to sessions, particularly when we go to a particular session, a learning session, the Florida School Board staff won't let us sit together. They say we act up too bad when we get together, they separate us. But when we hear some of the things that other school board members are going through in their district, we're proud that we are a unified district. I've had the opportunity to work with 5 other superintendents, 2 in Chicago, 1 in Texas, and 2 in Chicago, 2 in Texas, and 2 here in Florida. And Margaret Smith, Dr. Margaret Smith, is one of the finest ones I've ever worked with. She's unreal. She communicates well. The other thing that we as school board members, and I think Stan Schmidt is very frustrated with this, and I can understand Stan. Stan the man, I call him. He's a fine individual. All of our board members are fine. Stan the man is very unique. He's a CPA, so he looks at things with the numbers,
That's what got him into it.
I know
because
he
wanted to make sure that those numbers made
right.
sense. Yes.
But he gets very frustrated because he don't see the participation of the parents the way they should participate. And that frustrates me also. But I'm not as vocal as he is sometimes. Because we don't see many of the parents. We see it, but it's not enough participation. There should be more participation of the parents. One thing we in the board, we really, and I push this constantly, and I'm going to push it again heavily. We are very weak on 2 things that we don't do very well, but we're improving. We don't communicate what we're doing very well, but we don't market what we're doing very well. And if you want your product to be known, you got to communicate it to the people, and you got to market that to the people. I've seen the improvement, but that is something that you have to constantly do. You have to communicate and market what we do. We have some fine programs. Now, one that I'm really proud of is the academies that we have in our various high schools. I mean, it is unreal, those academies. One that I'm really proud of, I really like is the Finance Academy. I like them all, but I like the Finance Academy. But the ones that really get me are the culinary academies. Because, see, they can leave there, go right to Daytona State College. Anthony got his degree in hospitality management from cooking. And so he's doing well. The other program that really gets me, and it's amazing that many people don't know about. When I was recuperating, you saw me walking with my cane. When I broke my femur about 2 years ago, and I was in the Dominican Republic, fell back and then broke my femur. So that's the strongest bone in your body, and I broke it. And but it was a blessing in disguise, and I turned negative things around to positive things because then they found that my bone tissue was weak. So I take citric acid to build up that bone tissue.
Mhm.
Take that, but still my bone tissue will be.
Right, right.
Now, one of the best programs that we have, and when I was in rehab, I was talking to one of the nurses. She said, my daughter is all A's, in high school.